After 12th commerce, almost every student ends up asking the same question, what now? And this question looks simple, but it quietly becomes one of the biggest turning points of life. Because for the first time, you are expected to choose your future without actually understanding the future. Every year, millions of students search the same thing, career options after 12th commerce, and they get the same recycled answers, BCom, BBA, CA, MBA, banking, government jobs. It looks like there are plenty of options on paper, but the real problem is not lack of options. The real problem is lack of clarity. Nobody clearly explains what actually fits you, and that is where confusion begins. One side of the mind keeps running in circles. Did I choose the wrong stream? Science students become engineers and doctors. What about me? What if I spend 3-4 years doing a degree and still end up average? Should I go for CA or will I get stuck and quit halfway? Should I prepare for government exams or focus on private jobs? Is studying abroad actually worth it or just hype? Slowly, this confusion turns into pressure, and pressure turns into fear. But here is something you need to hear clearly. Choosing commerce was not a mistake, but going through it without direction absolutely can become one. Because the next 3 years are not just college years, they are your career foundation years. And they will decide whether you become just another confused graduate or someone with skill, direction, and financial control. The real problem is simple. Commerce students don't lack opportunities, they lack a filtering system. Most students don't choose, they copy. They follow friends, parents, or whatever sounds safe. And after 1 or 2 years, reality hits. I don't even know why I am doing this degree. By that time, a lot of time is already gone. So before choosing anything, you need clarity on 4 real filters. First is stability versus growth. Do you want a safe and predictable life, or are you okay with risk for higher rewards? Both paths exist, but confusion between them destroys progress. Second is financial reality. Can your family support long-term studies, or do you need to start earning early? Because courses like CA, MBA, or abroad studies are not just academic decisions, they are financial decisions. Third is your natural strength. Are you better at numbers and logic or communication and creativity? Because your strength decides your survival in that field. Not hype, not trend. And fourth is geography. Do you want to build your career in India or go abroad later? Because CA, ACCA, and MBA all change direction based on that choice. Without answering these 4 questions, every decision becomes guesswork. Now let's talk about real options. BCom is often called average, but the truth is BCom alone is not the problem. BCom without skill is the problem. Because BCom combined with CA, CFA, MBA, analytics, or digital skills becomes powerful. So BCom is not a career by itself, it is a foundation. BBA is useful for business and management exposure, but only if your college is good or you are clearly planning MBA later. Otherwise, it becomes just another generic degree. BA Economics is one of the most underrated options. It opens doors in banking, RBI, consulting, policymaking, and data roles, but higher studies are almost always needed. Integrated MBA looks like a shortcut, but it locks you early for 5 years without real clarity, which can become risky. Now the professional courses. This is where commerce becomes serious. CA is one of the most respected careers in India. High income, high respect, high demand, but also extremely difficult. Low pass rates, long duration, and heavy pressure. CA is not a trend or status choice. It is a discipline-based commitment. CS focuses on corporate law and compliance. Every company needs it, so demand is stable, but it is less talked about. CMA is best for cost accounting, manufacturing, and operations, especially useful for business or industrial backgrounds. ACCA is a global finance qualification, best for students who want international opportunities, but it requires time, money, and consistency. Government jobs give stability and respect, but competition is extremely high. Lots of applicants compete for very few seats. The biggest mistake students make is spending 3-4 years only preparing for exams without building any backup skill. And when selection doesn't happen, they are left with nothing, no job, no skill, no direction. So if you prepare for government exams, always build a parallel skill. Now understand this clearly, the world has changed. Degrees alone are not enough anymore. Skills matter more than ever. Digital marketing is one of the fastest entry points into earning, including SEO, ads, social media, and content. Financial analyst and CFA paths are strong for commerce students who like numbers and logic, leading to careers in investment banking and corporate finance. Stock market careers are real, but not trading fantasies. Equity research, portfolio management, and risk analysis. Data analytics is one of the fastest growing fields, requiring Excel, SQL, Power BI, and basic Python. Commerce plus analytics is a powerful combination. Content creation is also a real long-term path if communication skills are strong and consistency is maintained. Studying abroad is not a shortcut dream. It involves high cost, pressure, cultural adjustment, and no guaranteed job. But with proper planning, it can open global opportunities through MBA, MS Finance, or ACCA routes. Now the biggest mistakes to avoid are simple: choosing a degree without direction, starting CA without discipline, preparing for government exams without backup, copying friends blindly, and thinking degree alone equals career. It doesn't. Here is a simple 3-year strategy. In year 1, focus on clarity, choose your degree. Start basic skills like Excel and communication and explore internships. In year 2, go deeper into one direction. Build certifications, improve LinkedIn presence, and gain real exposure. In year 3, focus on execution, get a job, freelance, build a portfolio, and prepare for higher studies if needed. Career growth is like compound interest. Small, consistent efforts today turn into massive results tomorrow. So here are your 3 paths. Safe path is degree plus government prep plus backup skill. High growth path is CA, CFA, or MBA route. Fast income path is digital marketing, freelancing, or content creation. But the worst path is doing nothing with clarity and just following the crowd. So don't overthink. Answer your questions honestly, pick a direction, and take one real action in the next 30 days, because careers are not built by thinking, they are built by starting.